Hey, Cyberspace Nathan Wallace coming at you from the Cyberical Engineering offices outside New Orleans, Louisiana, with another cyberware tip of the day. Today's topic is supply chain. Basically, I like to divide this up into two different categories, right? We have products and then we have services, two different things. But it helps to kind of, separate these different issues. And these are real world examples, right? So the first one, products, vendor website. Let's say, you control system, asset owner, you purchase this new device, you have to go to the vendor's website, download the configuration software just so you can set this up, right? Well, when you do that, you're actually downloading malware. So this is so common across all industries. There's actually a name for this, and it's called a watering hole attack. You go to the watering hole, you go to the website to get what you need, and then it actually introduces malware into your system. The fix, pay attention if you can to the MD5s, right? So what you do is whenever you download that file, the executable software to configure this guy, you actually need to go in and say, okay, well, what's the MD5 for this downloaded software, this download executable? The vendor, if they're a good vendor, they should have a MD5 hash, the values, the checksum that you can then compare. So you run the MD5 on the executable, does it check out, does it equal what they said it should, then your odds are you're going to be good to go, okay? Second example, vendor sends infected USBs. So this is a real example, just happened back in August, so a couple months ago. And basically, it was a battery storage, I think some solar stuff, a control system vendor. Whenever they shipped the devices, they sent the software to configure it, instruction manuals and stuff like that on the USB. Turns out they actually had malware on the USB already. So when the vendor is not going to make these USBs, so they purchased them from some other third party, put their instruction manuals on it. Well, it turns out there was malware hidden on the flash drive, on the USB. This is a big one that just came out this week. I think the Bloomberg article with regards to the server itself having a chip hidden on the motherboard, right? Apparently, I don't think they actually had any data exfiltration occur as a result of this, but it shows up as far as the supply chain. How do you detect malicious chips that shouldn't be part of the chipset on the board, right, on the motherboard? So that's an interesting article looking, trying to figure out, watch this one closely. 4, what's in the device, right? So let's say that this is your control system device, or you just purchase it, and the vendor they go out and then they're using all these open source libraries they bringing in to kind of make their own secret sauce, make it all flashy, right? Well, what happens as far as if those open source tools become vulnerable? How are you keeping up? How are you tracking that? As well as, does the vendor themselves, do they contract out all their software development? Okay, so these are things to kind of be aware of. So these are products. Here's the other one, services. So once again, real world examples. $2.7 million fine on a power company. I think it was on the West Coast as a result of a NERC fine. And basically a contractor, right? So that's why this is listed under services. A contractor posted several thousands of artifacts, right? So these were drawings, network topologies, passwords, point maps for your different communication protocols. Just posted it on the internet, right? On some file server, and then it was discovered. So that's, contractors, right? Number 2, firm uses Office Depot. So this is like a mom and pop engineering firm. And basically what they would do, and I've heard of this, they would go to Office Depot to print their drawings, to print their schematics, to then give a hard copy to their customer, to their client. Well, that drawing now is left on the printer at Office Depot. So someone can go back to the memory of the printer and then reprint that drawing, and now it's public. Number 3, outsourcing drafting. I receive these email solicitations. I don't know who would do this, but please be careful, right? If you were to outsource your drafting to another country or another company, what is that company doing with those drawings, right? So when I get these emails from like India, China, hey, we do outsourcing of drafting. No, right? That's bad stuff. Number 4, remote access. So this is all under services. If you grant someone remote access into your system, what are they doing? How long is that open access or that remote access enabled? So you want to make sure, just let them in, do what they need to do, and then cut it. Also, another best practice is to actually monitor what they are doing, right? But it does take some resources. It does take time to set up, but that's the way to kind of help mediate that. So hopefully this was helpful. For more tips and tricks, check out staysafeonline.org, or you can check out our website, cyberical.com, cyber safely.